USPS, the destroyer of worlds.
As you say.
A new world order.
New world order.
A new world order.
The new world order.
A new world order.
A new world order.
The new world order.
New world order. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy Drew. It's Friday night. Checking out that Drew World Order live. I like to go on the Friday night, man. There's a different vibe on the Friday night for sure. I don't know what it is, but I forgot to put on my glasses. I can't see you. There we go. Kevin Mooring says the stimmy's coming. What's up, y'all? Today I wanted to go over this thumbnail I made here. We got Sup Obese Tuna, MySpaceX. Had to throw it back to the good old MySpace days when I came to realize it. Elon's just a modern day like Tom from MySpace. He's just your internet friend. He's just built into the. It's an app now. It was a website then. He's just kind of built in, and he's there. He's there, and he's for you. Look how funny this looks, bro. When I made this, it's hard to see it on a small phone. That's why I had to make it bigger. That shit's funny looking. Elon is the new Tom, bro. No doubt about it. I want to go over tonight some of my older videos I was going through from 2021, bro. Definitely ahead of the curve on where this is all going. I talked about a few things that are kind of coming up now, and they will be coming up here, I believe, in the very near future. Thanks to everyone that's here, man. If you guys could hit that thumbs up if you're watching it later, I would appreciate that. Chat says Illumitami's looking for me. He got nothing, bro. Illumitami got nothing. We got Trump's top 8 here, though, tonight. We do have Elon S. Tom, BB. Of course, BB, our boy Vlad, RFK, Lenya Barron, and of course, Stormy Daniels. We are here. The storm is upon us now. Man, where do I even start tonight? I wanted a little more time to prepare, but I figured let's just dive in. We'll do it live. Let's go. What's up, Dr. Dave's Pinball Restorations? Good to see you. Oh, man. Let's start with this. Hold on. Let's go here. Bring this. This was one of the most interesting things I saw on the internet since we got Elon in the first friend spot. I guess, yeah, we'll start with Elon. This was from a conspiracy forum, and I think this is not 100%, but I think this is pretty close to being spot on of whether this DOGE thing is all playing out. Basically, I gotta backtrack one more. I'm sorry. I gotta go back one more before I do that. We gotta go to the. Sorry. The links are a mess here. Right here. The day just after Donald Trump gets in office, the United States breaches the debt ceiling. So they always pin that debt ceiling off and push it back. They didn't do it this time, whether they're trying to hang it on Trump or it's all a long-term plan is my most likely what I believe. Ancient Trees, what's up? Good to see you. He says your title creativity is amazing, Drew. You're on fire since go. I still feel like I'm still getting my shots in, man. I'm getting there. I need a little bit more reps, but I'll get there, man. But anyway, so basically they hit the debt ceiling, right? And then I read this on a conspiracy forum, and I thought it was real. I thought it was on point for the most part. I don't think it's 100%. But when a corporation is in default of its loans, it often undergoes audits and internal reviews. For national security reasons, I would imagine that the U.S. defaulting on its national debt could never be front page news. This process serves several purposes, and it's talking about DOGE, obviously. It's time to assess the financial health of the corporation. An audit helps determine the corporation's financial position, identifying the causes of the default. Examples are poor cash flow, mismanagement, or declining revenue. Let me come back on the screen. Identify mismanagement or fraud. Internal reviews can reveal if there was any mismanagement, fraudulent activities, or improper accounting practices that contributed to the default. Ensure compliance. Auditors check whether the corporation is complying with financial covenants in loan agreements, regulations, and accounting standards. Provide transparency. These reviews help ensure transparency to investors, creditors, and other stakeholders, providing clarity on the company's ability to recover or restructure. And to prepare for restructuring, the audit results often guide decisions related to debt restructuring, bankruptcy proceedings, or negotiations with creditors. This all has less to do with Trump and Musk and more to do with central bankers, and foreign U.S. debt holders reclaiming what they've invested for the last 100 years. Full control of the U.S. and everything on it. Silicon Valley and the military-industrial complex are within it, just the do boys. This is where the blockchain came from, and this is where it's all leading to in order to fulfill all these goals justified by securing the investment of the central banksters. Never really heard that word. And foreign U.S. debt holders. I don't think this guy's summary at the end is really on point, but some of these ideas he has in the restructuring of the corporation, it goes with a lot of what we talked about. EBT and I, make sure you subscribe to the OOE channel. We did that stream called The Protocols of the Illuminated Sons of the Golden Dawn. And the one before that, even, we did the Nasira Jasira Global Resets. And they share a lot in common. It's a recurring trope in conspiracies, kind of, it seems like over and over again. It all deals with sealed indictments and white hats and everything like that. And part of that theory is, maybe not every one of them, one of the offshoots of it is that the United States became incorporated a long time ago. And even in the QAnon, you'll see that they say that, Donald Trump's going to undo all the corporate rigmarole, and he's going to, shout out to Ben, and he's going to bring it back to the original, what's the word? I can't think of it right now. I'm blanking, bro. That's the hard part of the live stream. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. And then instead of the 47th president, he'd really be the 14th president or whatever of the republic or whatever. Instead of the corporation, you'd go back to the republic. And I don't know how much that gets kind of into the free man on the land and the straw man and all that stuff, but anyway, that's why I think you could go this way, because I do believe Donald Trump is here to, and I've said this for years, actually. That's why I want to go back in some of my old ones, man. If only I had like a dedicated team of like Redditors or something that could go through all my old posts and pull out clips. You could see that I have tons of videos explaining all this stuff, that Donald Trump's here to bring in like a bankruptcy. That's what I've said for a long time, because in his whole career, he's residing over and famous for like bankruptcies, building successful companies, and also bankrupting, and also firing people, right? That's his catchphrase from The Apprentice, is "you're fired." And now what is he doing? He's firing everybody. So it goes also right with, everything's all interconnected where I've been going recently. It goes right with the so many, here we go. All the streams I've been doing recently, and the last one on this channel I did was the crisis actor David Hogg, and the mainstream narrative of crisis actors And what I forgot to mention was a critical point on that one, which goes with this and everything that's happening, and including David Hogg, is the idea of lifetime actors. They're not just crisis actors like Harley Guy on the scene to give a report. They're more or less lifetime actors. They play a role on the world stage throughout an entire lifespan, like Donald Trump. So they associate bankruptcies with them. They associate gold with them. They associate money and business, and he's in to kind of restructure America and bring you into the whatever's next. Now, I don't claim to know what's next, but my claim is that it will be short-term good times to get you to want it and eat it up. And I think in the short term, you'll see people adore this guy, and they're already calling for him to be on. There was a thing today I saw. Let me see if I can pull it up. But this article here is about him firing everyone in the government. He's firing, and we're going to get into the USPS tonight. So he had that trope put on him on the reality TV. Apprentice, you're fired, and now he's here in office firing everyone. And there was someone on Trump on Rushmore. Someone's already trying to propose that bill. He hasn't even been in like a month, dude. I mean, it's crazy. Congresswoman introduces bill. Trump on Rushmore. Let's get carving. It's crazy. I mean, maybe I do think that's where it's going, though. I think you'll be introduced to some radical change, and the public will love them at the end. Even the people that were the Orange Man bad, just to see if they can flip them. And well, hello, Tranquil Vortex. Good to see you guys. Abraham Clark. Where am I going with this? Sorry, I'm all like scatterbrain. I was looking up so much stuff before this even, and I'm gonna get into it too, trying to kind of piece it all together. Piecemealing it, bro. So this lady wants to carve him into Mount Rushmore. The other one I read, which was here in Florida, I believe, was, and I've also said this, man. I've also said this next one. Florida lawmaker proposes bill to rename a portion of Southern Boulevard to President Donald J. Trump Boulevard. I've said he wants to associate himself with Martin Luther King, and just like you have Martin Luther King Boulevard, you're going to have Donald Trump Boulevards throughout the country. I've already said this, bro. I wish I definitely don't have the time. I'm a full-time employee. I'm working over 40 hours a week. Come home. I got 4 kids in the house. I got a wife. I have so much to do, so much on my plate. I don't have the time to get in, dig through this old stuff. But if anyone wants to, man, feel free. Put little clips on your own channel or whatever. And I guarantee I've predicted this Donald Trump Boulevard. And just like the Martin Luther King Boulevard, where it's all like crime ridden. Maybe in the future the Donald Trump Boulevards will be like some kind of like white trash neighborhoods or some trailer trash neighborhoods or something. Who knows? But yeah, this was just today, actually. Yeah, yesterday. They want to rename part of it where he drives frequently, travels to and from Palm Beach International Airport during his stays at Mar-a-Lago on that road. They want to rename it that. Bill would also honor fall deputies. Fallen, I think they mean. If the measure passed as signed by Governor Ron DeSantis, it would become law July 1st. So that's not long from now. That's what, about 4 months, something like that. Trump's ears should be on Mount Rushmore, Dr. Dave said. Yeah. Provo says I'm still waiting for that $20 Harriet Tubman. I think Trump canceled that one. I don't think he's gonna do that one. You can put Mr. T on there instead. That's what the T stands for 20. Nobody ever knew that. Okay. Everything I've been talking about is slowly coming to reality. And again, I don't claim to know the entire restructure, what it's going to be. I just think will be radically different. Don't you, Elon? He agrees. What I wanted to get into here tonight too, besides all the DOGE and Should I pull it up before I get to the Doge? I gotta play it. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but to me, it's hilarious. As Elon with the chainsaw, way too funny. Definitely the President Camacho. What's this guy's name? Whoa, guy's that Donald Trump of like Argentina or whatever, the milieu. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but that's what led me to believe that Donald Trump would be installed again, because I've seen the nationalist movements led by that guy, and there's Farage and all these other people have great popularity worldwide, and they're building different nationalist cultures throughout the world. And that's where I think it's going to, is to lead to the multipolar world order. It's basically the same thing, but they have to rebrand it and get you to believe it's something else. So here's Elon tripping balls on something. He's definitely on something. And then he says this is the chainsaw to the bureaucracy, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And he's from Texas. He's living in Texas now. Was the chainsaw running? No way. You think that guy could handle a chainsaw? Think so? I just had to bring that up. It's just so ridiculous. Yeah, this guy here. Guy looks insane, bro. Just the look of him. I mean, it's like meme politics. It's insane. And you got to have the look, I guess, for people to, especially for us from Americans. You're not going to really remember the president of another country unless he just looks absolutely fucking crazy like this guy. And then you'll be like, okay, I've definitely seen that crazy ass face before. Whoops. Whoa, that's cool. And then they show him with a flamethrower and everything. He's basically Tony Stark, Iron Man. That's one thing I like to give praise to the Infinite Plane Society, IPS. I know a lot of you guys are familiar with IPS, where he gets into the meta script and how these guys are archetypes based on characters you've seen in movies. I have the other video I'm going to show a little bit later. I'll show a clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but a video I made years ago called Elon X. And I remember even as far back, I should go through my archives and find when Jenna Marbles got canceled. That was like in 2020. I said because of these conservative, she wasn't even conservative, but I said because of this, I guess, cancel culture, that you're going to see someone, and I even named Elon Musk, that he's going to start his own social media company and allow these people freedom of speech. I had that prediction way back then. So if you can go scroll through my lives and go all the way back to the Jenna Marbles one, it's like the Weekly World News cover, the Weekly World Drew with Jenna Marbles on it. That I guarantee I say that in that one. And that has to be from like 2020. I don't know if she ever came back. Did she ever come back, Jenna Marbles? Does anyone even know who Jenna Marbles is? This is what I wanted to get into here tonight, though, is and then bring it back to some of my older videos. He's basically talking about the takeover of the USPS. It sounds like it's going to happen. Privatize the USPS. Now they say it makes all of its money from the fees that it charges people. I believe he just fire the guy? Hold on. Look it up. We're gonna do live. What's up, EBC? I think the guy was like forced to step down or something. Who was the guy? Is he the Postmaster General? This kind of also gets into that, the Jasira and all that, and the quantum language, and how all the everything's run by the Postmaster General, like the highest. I mean, it's a really far out there conspiracy, but I definitely don't believe. But I know those people could tie that into it. Yeah, okay. The Luis D. Joy. This is the guy. He steps down after 5 years. Trump was pressuring USPS to charge more fees to like Bezos, Amazon, and stuff, and I'm sure China. You look at China, bro. You can order we just had Valentine's Day. You could order some crazy intimate stuff from China for your wife, and it's cheap, like $5 free shipping. So how can they manufacture that, ship it all the way across, and to your house for like $5? Because they have a deal with the USPS where they're able to ship stuff for pennies. Same with Amazon, and I get it. You're doing bulk deals and getting a better price, but for an eBayer to ship a T-shirt across the country, it's $6 just for the shipping. So if your platform is America First, you should be trying to tackle that deal. So this was the guy. He came out. He integrated, like, he came out with like a new 10-year plan that he said. What was the exact word? He said they're gonna be like, yeah, uncomfortable. That's the word. He said people are gonna have to get used to uncomfortable price hikes to stabilize its finances of the USPS, because they always lose money. I think USPS, or the government, subsidizes them to the tune of like $50 million a year or something like that, which isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. But the idea is, if you want to have it a business and take it and make it profitable, I've already covered where that's going in 2021. I'll bring that up here in a minute, but let me read the article first of the Trump. And it's the union's not happy about it. Look at this. We can just have the AI do the work for us. All Trump has to do is sign an executive order. It would dissolve the board of governors at the Postal Service and bring the agency under the control of the Commerce Department. The United States Postal Workers Union and the National Association of Letter Carriers. What does Jack Talcott have to say about that? Is Jack Talcott in the chat? EBT knows what's up. I see you, EBT. The American, all these guys, hold on, they've expressed concerns over the legality and constitutionality of the potential executive order, with union leaders calling it an attack on the USPS employees and public service the agency provides. USPS, already facing financial losses and service challenges, could see further disruptions if the board is dissolved and the agency is moved under the Commerce Department, potentially impacting rural communities and the agency's ability to fulfill its universal service obligation. But with DOGE and with what I showed, that anonymous post that I don't claim to be true, but I think the guy was kind of onto a little bit of the idea that it's going to be a restructuring. In like a corporation's standpoint, you'd be able to negotiate with your debtors and pay that down. Then the USPS would have to become a viable business on its own. And this is where I want to bring it back to one of my, whoa, I'm over top. Hold on, let me get this one off here. You're going to see old me, young me, that young man there. This was in 2021. Is there a date here? There's a date in my studio. I think it's spring or summer of 2021. I have 3 videos tonight I want to play little clips from, and they're all from kind of around the same time frame, spring, summer 2021. And this one was a video about the Public Credit Registry, and I think all 3 of these I'm going to show tonight, I'll have to put the links in the chat if you want to watch them later, or I'll put them in like a pinned comment later. I think these 3, they kind of all go together, and they really show where it's going today, I think, or at least you'll see Trump's going to have to address some of the things that I talked about here that were kind of memory hole. They brought it out and they said this is what's happening. And then not much was ever said about it again. So the Public Credit Registry was the idea that was a Biden administration thing, where instead of like the private equity firms, Equifax, whatever the other ones are, where you get your credit score, was to have just one singular government-run credit score, because they say that they're selling your data. Your data is their commerce or whatever. And then the government's going to do it. Of course, it's going to be so much better. There's other countries that have public credit registries, like China, 100% of the population's on one. and the one that Biden proposed would include equity, diversity, and all that in there. So basically it didn't say exactly, but it said it would consider other factors other than like your past credit history, whatever that means, which I led to believe would be, if you're black or whatever, 10 extra points. If you're Native American, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just get equity points for things that have absolutely nothing to do with like your payment history or anything like that. What's up, Ricky? I see you, Ricky. But one of the main plans with this, and I have a whole nother sequel to this one that I'm going to go through from the same time, was turning the USPS into like basically banking centers. I thought I had it queued up here. Let me see if I got it at the right spot.
Some of these things here: Community Reinvestment Act, Housing Finance, Consumer Protections, Credit Reporting, Bankruptcy.
Here it is, postal banking. Let me slow it down here. I got it on like 2x. Well, 1.25 for y'all. I can't. I got to be in 2x, bro. I know when you're watching it later in 2x, so it'll fuck you up.
Reform. And postal banking. That's something I want to get into here tonight, man. We're going to get into postal banking. Biden has expressed support for a long-held progressive policy to get the U.S. Postal Service to provide basic banking services. Progressives say the plan would reduce economic inequality by allowing unbanked Americans to access reasonably priced banking services and credit, and to avoid predatory lenders and expensive cash checking services. The banking industry opposes creation of a taxpayer-funded competitor and would likely fight the plan. Well, I don't know about that. We'll see, I guess. Ancient waves, modern graves.
Hey. So I don't think under Trump it would be exactly the same idea as this, because it seems to be, if he's going to fight against the banks and go some type of decentralized currency, there would need to be a way for people to interact with that. And the banks are going to resist that. Young Drew Beholder says, yeah, before these kids ran me ragged, all these dang kids in my house. Well, Ricky says, I get shadow banned here and there for talking honest trash about the beast. Who's the beast? Are you saying Trump? You a Trump derangement syndrome? EBT said, imagine all these Chinese child laborers making GIMP masks for Americans every day. So this ties in with the public credit registry, the government taking control of your credit score. And let me see if I can skip around and find the good parts of this. And I'll definitely pin this and the other two I want to play here in a pinned comment later. If you're watching it later, you want to blast through these videos. 2x though, man. You guys gotta get your game up. You gotta be on 2x.
Throwing out that love in the chat. Says government run poorly on purpose, because what the fuck you gonna do? That whole budget document here, book or something.
And go back into it here. I just gotta find it. Okay.
Covert operations.
And here's the other second half of it, is that they had this thing called ICOP, like the Internet Covert. I can't remember. I'll talk about it here on this older video, but it was basically an admission that in 2018 the USPS started having employees of like their cyber division spying on people's social media posts, things that have nothing to do with the USPS. So if Trump is going to privatize the USPS, whether or not he goes with some type of blockchain banking or even in that direction at all, providing other services, make it a solvent business, is this needs to be addressed. This just got completely memory hold, is the USPS spying on your posts, right? The Postmaster General, the post office, they're spying on your posts.
Program that monitors American social media posts. So this was all over mainstream media. This is not a conspiracy theory or anything like that. This is disclosed. They tell you this is what it is. The law enforcement arm of the USPS has been quietly running a program that tracks and collects America's social media posts, including those about planned protests, according to a document obtained by Yahoo News. And keep in mind that all this has nothing to do with anything going in the mail. So it's not like they're monitoring people that placed a package this size, certain size in a mailbox. Okay, we're going to look at a social media post. No, it's just a broad government overreach and monitoring of everything. The details of the surveillance effort, known as ICOP, they always have the best acronyms. It stands for Internet Covert Operations Program, have not been previously made public. The work involves having analysts troll through social media sites to look for what the document describes as inflammatory postings and then sharing that information across government agencies.
I'd like to know more about that and know if that has anything to do with, since it is part of the cyber, it's like a cyber thing. Whatever DOGE was called before, I already forget what it was called when it was started by Obama. And it was like a cyber thing. They transformed it into DOGE to find the receipts. Wonder if that's completely related to the Obama version of DOGE, whatever the name of it was. There's one more part to the USPS that I'm going to tie in here too, but let this play just for a minute here.
What kind of shit is that, man? Analysts with the United States Postal Inspection Service Internet Covert Operations Program monitored significant activity regarding planned protests occurring internationally and domestically on March 20th, 2021. Says the March.
So they're monitoring international posts? Is that what it's saying? That's crazy. For international protests, the United States Post Office is monitoring that shit.
March 16th government bulletin marked as law enforcement sensitive and distributed through Department of Homeland Security's fusion centers. Locations and times have been identified for these protests, which are being distributed online across multiple social media platforms to include right-wing leaning Parler and Telegram accounts. A number of groups were expected to gather in cities around the globe on March 20th as part of the Worldwide Rally for Freedom and Democracy.
Yo, this motherfucker's a globe. He's a globetard.
To protest everything from lockdown measures to 5G. Parler users have...
Does Parler even exist anymore? Didn't that just get shut down or what? Oh shit, here's Rochelo. Oh shit. Watch out, chat, we got Rochelo in the house.
Commented about their intent to use the rallies to engage in violence.
Basically, yeah, that's that shit. ICOP, it's called.
Are currently monitoring these social media challenges for any potential threats stemming from the scheduled protest and will decimate intelligent updates as needed, the bulletin said.
So is that going to be a thing where, Stephen David threw down the $4.99. I appreciate you as always, brother. Is this going to be a thing that's still going to be a memory hold? Will Trump address it if he does privatize the USPS, or is that one of the reasons he's privatizing it, so he can actually take control of that ICOP program and weaponize it against his adversaries? Where when it was ran by Biden, they're looking for Proud Boys and that type of person. Is Donald Trump gonna use it to weaponize against the libs? We out here dunking on the libs. Damn, Rochelle is just spurging, bro. Clearview AI, Tranquil Vortex. Drop the link to that one. I got one more I'm gonna play from tonight too. It's called Elon X. You can get that one. I would super appreciate you, and I'll post it myself too for sure later.
The government's monitoring of American social media is the subject of an ongoing debate inside and outside of government, particularly in recent months, following a rise in domestic unrest. While posts on platforms such as Facebook and Parler have allowed law enforcement to track down and arrest rioters who assaulted the Capitol on January 6th, such data collection has also sparked concerns about the government surveilling peaceful protesters or those engaged in protected First Amendment activities. When contacted by Yahoo News, civil liberties experts expressed alarm at the post office surveillance program. It's a mystery, said University of Chicago law professor Jeffrey Stone, who President Barack Obama appointed to review the National Security Agency's bulk data collection in wake of the Edward Snowden leaks. I don't understand why the government would go to the Postal Service for examining the internet for security issues. Why the post office would now move into social media surveillance, which would appear to have little to do with mail deliveries, is unclear. This seems a little bizarre, agreed Rachel Levinson-Waldman, Deputy Director of the Brennan Center for Justice, Liberty, and National Security Program. Based on the very minimal information that's available online, it appears that ICOP is meant to root out misuse of the postal system by online actors, which doesn't seem to encompass what's going on here. It's not at all clear why their mandate would include monitoring of social media that's unrelated to the use of the postal system.
Crazy. Yeah, that was kind of left hanging memory hold. I don't really remember anyone else talking about that. Maybe they did, because I know it was like one of those viral stories they cover for like a day or two. Hope to get people to make content on it, and then yeah, nothing ever happens to it. USPS also has, so this is why I'm showing this, is because Trump's talking about he's going to privatize the USPS. And there has to be more plans for it than just it's going to stay the way it is and deliver mail, because it's losing money. They have to do other things. They filed a patent for voting system combining mail and a blockchain. Blockchain voting. Coming to you soon from the USPS. And some types of possible banking. Blockchain banking will be decentralized.
Time for the next election too, or who knows, you know, a lot of times these things take years, but they want this USPS to also be in the center you go to for voting. And they have a patent here now for it, using the blockchain. So there's another thing to like look into this, like kind of see how it's all coming together, man.
They had the first blockchain mail, right? Was it the, I'm trying to remember if I can remember.
Just the other day, this is April 13th, USPS certifies case mail as first blockchain generated e-postage.
I mean, I'm not like a huge blockchain or crypto guy, but isn't just a blockchain like an advanced like USPS tracking? Isn't that basically all it is? So it would kind of make sense. Get that USPS tracking number and see everywhere it goes, where it's at, and it comes to you. You could pay USPS more, and they'll keep that record on their file for extra like 5 years or whatever. If you pay them more, for if you have like a large business for some reason, if you need to keep that information saved. But eventually, I think it gets deleted and wiped from their system. But I think the blockchain is just forever, isn't it? I mean, I shouldn't make any declarative statements because I'm definitely not a blockchain expert.
The world's first blockchain postage uses non-fungible token technology. That's those NFTs you keep hearing about. Where
the USPS stuff was done on the Ethereum network, if I remember correctly. I'm shilling my shirts. I don't have any shirts right. I mean, I do. If you have the original link, I'm not going to shill the link anymore. But I'm working on some new merch. It should be coming up soon. This is the blockchain NFT, the first one of the post office. The post office is already slowly integrating blockchain technology into their systems in 2021, 4 years ago.
And they're comparing it to all the classics.
Yeah, comparing it to like the first ever stamp.
So with this, what I see too is the post office becoming more in charge of digital information and stuff as they get on the blockchain.
Bam.
Whenever is that on Ethereum?
Where's my flowers, damn it? I know you guys all been in here. You guys been riding with me for a long time, but when is someone gonna put all this together and pull out? You know, you get these other creators, motherfuckers make making clips for them and everything. Bro, I've been out here.
Network or what? I should have looked that up. I don't want to spend YouTube just delete it away.
Yeah, it was on Ethereum. They did have a plan. I don't know if this is still the case. There was a plan to make the fleet electric. Maybe Elon will get that contract. Maybe. I don't think it's completely realistic for the northern states that experience snow. There's the things that won't make it. I was saying, well, what you would have to do for the USPS is you'd have to, I think, completely eliminate the all the junk mail. All they do is bring you junk mail every day, right? They could even drop down to they come to your house like literally once a week probably, and no junk mail or anything. Just get your, who even gets bills really in there anymore? Not, there's barely any bills anymore coming. Everything's all digital now. They could cut down delivery services to like 1 day a week. You could have one mail carrier working every day, but he's just going to different neighborhoods, a way lighter schedule, every week. And throughout the week, he finishes one much larger route. Mail clutter, yeah. You ever live in an apartment, like there's the one I lived in a long time ago, they had like a trash can right there by the where the community mailbox is, and everyone would just throw their junk mail, and it would just be full like every day. Literally, these guys are carrying ads on their back all day. The men and women at the post office carrying 50 pounds of ads, walking across the street for ads. That shit that just goes in the garbage. Really is. If you want to cry about environmentalism, that's a huge waste right there. Even the truck to bring it out and everything, printing of the paper. Okay, that was it on this one. I think this was the one called Public Credit Registry, where it gets into and we'll see if Trump goes in that route or not. I think he possibly could, but without the idea of equity built into it. I think the equity and globalism, all that completely failed. They can still give you the same exact things, and they just rebrand them a little bit. And then the people are like, yeah, now it's good. Now it doesn't have the diversity. Now every single thing I ever buy every fucking candy bar is tracked for fucking ever. That's what it comes down to me ultimately, I think, is it comes down to like, seems to be like, if I could go like super 30,000 foot view, it comes down to biology versus technology. And there's these, the globalists, the technocrats, they're just trying to create like a digital godhead and all seeing, all knowing everything. That's why they need all the information. And that's why big data, I like to say, that's kind of like the new nation states now, where the data is worth so much because it's just so valuable of what they're trying to do. And I'm certain they're trying to run, and they even admit to it in certain aspects of it, they're trying to put all this information into one centralized computer and run predictive algorithms to see if they're right of what you're going to do. And I think that was a big part of COVID, the start and stop of it, and probably see who was able to see through it and who was going along with it, and they kind of adjusted their algorithms accordingly, and then they rolled out the next part and kind of to see where the test of where their algorithm was, of where they were pushing society, of what people would comply and what people wouldn't, or whatever, and what types of information is going to what types of people, and to get a good grip on where they're at with their predictive algorithms. So they want to have like the Akashic records, basically, which is kind of a bullshit idea. Well, it is a bullshit idea, but that concept, like you could just tap into like all the knowledge ever. It's just like a digital version of that, where all the computers are all interconnected, all the books, all the media, everything is there. So they're just trying to create this fake godhead that can predict and know your thoughts and know where you're going, know which way you're gonna turn and which way you're gonna take on your way to work and everything like that. But it can never create a life, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. I don't think they could ever create a clone or anything like that. They might be able to like grow a liver or something, maybe. I don't think they can just straight up create a life ever. And I know there's a lot of people that be like, oh, they cloned Beyonce, they cloned fucking Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle, all these people. Like, most of that shit's just bad plastic surgery, or the people getting older. There's no reason they have to clone some low-level celebrity when the people could, there's, or Gucci Mane. There's a million rappers in the wing. They could just pick the next one, and they could make them just give them the same beats and write the same song for them and have the same result. There's no reason you'd have to clone somebody. Silly. UT says the new mail trucks look like that for DEI. This is in 2021, though. This is where they're begging Biden to close the border. I hated that black diaper mask, the Biden mask. Biden's border crisis. So they've been pushing that hard on Fox News and conservative media. Okay, that was that one. So that was the Public Credit Registry with the ICOP program. What was the acronym again? Internet. I can't remember what it was. Internet Covert Operations Program. Postmaster spying on your posts. The other one that goes hand in hand with that is that the USPS was, I don't want to say caught, were admitted to using this shit, what's called Clearview AI, which is a facial recognition. Part of the startup was founded by Peter Thiel, the money behind JD Vance. So Peter Thiel started the Clearview AI, and it's being used by the post office in 2021. Now, it's very unclear where they're using it. I believe they're using it in that ICOP program for the people that they're trying to target or whatever. It's not clear whether or not they're using it like in the cameras when you go into the lobby at a USPS. But I would assume if you have a subscription to the Clearview AI program, what you probably just use it across the board would be, well, why else would you be paying for the subscription? But what the Clearview AI is, it is a program that scrapes pictures of people anywhere online. So any picture it can find from Flickr, Photo Bucket, or any kind of old MySpace, Facebook, or anything that's not a private. If it's a public picture, the bot goes on, scrapes the pictures and categorizes them and organizes them by person so that you can search a person by face. So I could take a picture of you, upload it into the Clearview AI, and it'll show me all these instances of you online. Even if you don't know you're in the picture, if someone took a picture and you were in the background while they were on being tourists somewhere or whatever, you're walking by, you're in that database. And so the Clearview AI claims that they market themselves as it's only or heavily for police. They say it's just for police to catch bad guys, and we've saved all these kids because of it. That's like the whole sales pitch of it. But when you see that they have an entire list of clients that includes the NBA, includes Coinbase, forget who some of the other ones were, like Madison Square Garden was one of them. So it's clearly not just for police. And the United States Post Office is also using it. So I don't know if that's part of Trump's plan to incorporate the United States Post Office. There's some nefarious purpose for that to look for certain types of social media posts. But let me play just a little bit of this, and you guys want to watch this one later. This is another interesting stream that goes hand in hand with that last one that I just showed, the Public Credit Registry stream.
They want you to vote on the blockchain through the USPS. So it seems like the USPS is taking more and more digital role as things move on to the blockchain ledger. And now they've got Clearview AI they're using in the post office. Brian Williamson says, I think the magnet sticking to those sites is real. When I made that video talking shit about it, I had is in the information database of this Clearview AI.
Well, that's like I don't know if that's the founder. That's like the face of it, though, this guy here.
What that means is any image on a public social media or anything public online. Don't forget, Biden's trying to transition the USPS into banking for what they call the unbanked. I remember that specific quote from those articles, that there's millions of unbanked Americans. So there's a desktop version of this Clearview AI, and there's a mobile version. So on the desktop version, you just upload. Shannon says USPS has advanced AI tech, but old-ass mail trucks. On that other one, too, I showed how they're switching to, like, smart trucks right now. They're going through that transition right now. So this is kind of a sequel to that other one. But basically, they load this guy's face into here. a picture they find from the web. He's some CNN reporter. And it's able to pull his pictures from all over, anywhere he's available on the web. So the picture, it shows him with no glasses. It finds pictures with glasses. It doesn't really matter the angle or the lighting. And it finds pictures of him from like...
Sorry, I didn't realize I had it on 2x. I'm so used to that. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because if you're watching this later on 2x, that's going to mess you up.
Like 15 years ago, where somebody had posted this on a different social media, and it's able to find this picture. Now here's the mobile version of the app. Now,
and that's the thing. They say that they work with law enforcement to ensure that anyone's not abusing the system and looking up people all willy-nilly. But then when the people fact-checked it and they went to the police stations and everyone that was using it, like their superiors didn't even know this like system existed or was being used by their police force and stuff like that. So they got to kind of say whatever they can to make their money and sell their little subscription-based service. And it did get hacked. So everyone's pictures that's grouped by picture got hacked very early into their little Clearview AI, whatever the release
law
of it.
enforcement, right? Well, a couple other videos I searched.
The internet for
just at a brief search, there was...
Yeah, this guy's very weird, the CEO of it. This is got a little bit of a limp wrist, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my God, look what he's doing. Are you invading people's privacy?
We are a law enforcement tool that helps law enforcement solve crimes. And
Is this Fox? No one, yes. This is Fox business.
it only searches publicly
Damn, shots fired at QOC.
available images.
You took his picture,
Correct.
and within seconds you had 81 photos from sites.
So, it's just the beginning, strictly for law enforcement.
Not true.
A little problem with that is the Clearview AI CEO was talking about something last week. He said it was unlikely to happen anytime. A controversial technology that has now, we're told, been hacked, which means Mike Gunzelman, who was portrayed there, is on the FBI most wanted list. No, he's not. He's not. But it could happen. It scares people. Fox News headlines 24/7 anchor Brett Larson on all of that. That's scary stuff. Now, companies get hacked. It happens. I'm not here to rip them on that.
Right.
But this is a company you don't want hacked, right?
This is definitely the technology that they have is quite frightening. Maybe you were.
And you see how Trump's in bed with all these tech companies this second term. I'm not sure, bro, what his ideas is. Yeah, here it is. Madison Square Garden is using it. Bunch of Las Vegas casinos use it. NBA fitness centers use it. Coinbase uses it, and this is in 2021. So who knows how much this has expanded. Clearview AI claims they do not have the problems with black or melanated faces that some of the other facial recognition has, where it has false matches. This one says it isn't. So it's almost like some pre-crime type stuff. Yeah, right here. The ACLU says if left unchecked, Clearview could end privacy as we know it. And it's fully integrated now into the USPS. So who knows what Trump's actual plan is for the USPS. That's what I wanted to talk about that a little bit tonight and get them all those together. What was that thing? Some weird looking that. But I'll leave these links here later if you want to check on these ones later. Let me get on to Elon. I wanted to get a little bit more into Elon. Start closing some of these links. I have so many links open. This is Donald Trump. They're saying he's got unrestricted power and total near immunity. Fire everyone. He just fired a bunch of DOJ. All you have to do is just Trump fired. Joint Chiefs of Staff fired. Top U.S. General and Navy Chief fired. You're fired. Really what this all goes to is I didn't have this up. Let me see if I can find it right away. There's a meme that goes around. It's about tap the sign. Hold on. Let me close this up. type in 4chan, you never know what's going to come up on here. There's the 4chan meme, which is basically like that the white man's been whipped too hard lately. I don't see it immediately. The white man's been whipped too hard recently, and they got to ease back on the restrictions of white man, give the white man some wins, basically because they want to go to war. Close that out. I don't care enough to look for it, but if you guys look for it, just tap sign. Someone posted that maybe like 2 years ago that the white man's gonna start getting some wins, and the reason for that is to reinvigorate the white man, so if they want to go to war, and they want to send the white guys to the war. Go to X real quick. You had another one of Trump's friends, but not in the top 8, unfortunately. I was gonna put him in there, ran out of room. Bannon, he did the Roman salute just like Musk.
And we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
Just like Musk, right? Gotta play it again. It's because why not? He's just neurodivergent, dude. That's all. Neurodivergent. Elon Musk claims he wants to die on Mars. He's still talking about that. Occupy Mars. Everything's about Mars. In Roman mythology, Mars is the god of war. Is that why they're doing the Roman salutes? They're calling it a Roman salute now. I mean, the people that are doing it are not calling it that, but the internet's calling it that, and they're doing Roman salutes. It goes right with that meme, like to revitalize like the patriotism of the white man and build up to some type of war. The DOGE office is in the Eisenhower office. Eisenhower planned and supervised 2 of the most consequential military campaigns of World War II, Operation Torch in North Africa and in the invasion of Normandy. Get the Eisenhower energy resonating on the DOGE. And yeah, because the DOGE, on January 21st, United States breached the debt ceiling, and it was the day before that DOGE was formed. So it's like they're getting ready for whatever they're gonna do. And it could be all, bread and circus, just to get you to want whatever's the next thing they have planned. The other Musk thing I was gonna. Too many. Trump's going to take over the post office. Oh, the Elon thing I was going to show was another old video I made on Elon. It's called Elon X. I can actually just drop this one right in the chat right now. And I went through Elon Musk and showed how, how it is an actor-based reality, the world's a stage, and how Elon Musk, I was comparing him to this thing called Cholotl, Exolotl, however you say it, the god of misfortune, sickness, and deformities, and god of twins, the twin of Quetzalcoatl. So you have like Quetzalcoatl and his twin, the god of the twilight. Why Elon's associated with space, SpaceX, MySpaceX. He's with Trump. Isn't Trump Quetzalcoatl or what? Trump the time traveler, Trump Exolotl or Cholotl, I think is the real way to say it. God of twins. Elon has twins. Elon has triplets. Elon's up to like 13 kids now, bro. I got 6. Elon's like, yo, light work. John Wayne threw down 99 cents. I appreciate you, brother. And I went through a lot of this feel like this is a really good stream. It's a really good breakdown of points I was trying to make, and I think part of it, and this is way before X. So this stream is from 2021 also. I have to get the exact date, but summer 2021, way before Twitter, way before Elon's even, like, Elon still was a somewhat major character on the world stage, but not like he is now. And don't forget, his name is Elon Musk FDR. That's his name. Elon Reeve Musk, or I'm sorry, FRS. So he's a knight. Even back then, this dude is a knight. So he's out here playing the yin to Trump's yang, is how I feel it is now. And I talk about on here how they have the X with them to go with this archetype character, or like a it's almost like the energies of like a horoscope or something you'd say. I want to go through the whole stream. There's just so much to go through. He's associated with this Aztec, the Mesoamerican demon. Basically, he's associated with fire and lightning. You have Elon Musk with the fires, the rockets. He has the electric cars. And there's just so much here. And one of the reasons I feel like this stream was so good is because I wasn't really paying attention to the chat. I do like to interact with the chat and everything, but when I'm able to just focus and dial in on the points I'm trying to get across, I think it goes a lot better. It's hard to find that perfect balance of chat and interaction and keeping us totally focused on where you're going. And the one thing I said is wasn't able to really put the deformity onto Elon that's associated with this Mesoamerican demon. But I wonder if this is where it's going now, where the liberals hate him so much, if you'll see another Luigi Mangione attempt on Musk. And then maybe he can even install his own Neuralink, right? Where he's the stated purpose of Neuralink is that like people with disabilities will be able to like walk again and all this stuff. So for him to get that Neuralink, which is totally vaporware, it doesn't exist. It does somewhat exist, right? It's not what they say it is. Something you'll probably never see in your lifetime. As promised, as it's promised right now. But he could say, yo, I put it in my head and it worked good, and people would just believe it. Chipping you. Yeah, it's so cool. And this one, yeah, I went through all of his kids. Damien. And how they, look at, that's his first kid, but that's that X kid right there. That's how X was born. SoundCloud rapper. Went through his marriages with Grimes. He was supposedly affiliated with that. Amber Heard. So much in this stream here. Came out of the Asperger's closet on Saturday Night Live. That's before anyone even really knew. They knew he was kind of weird, but when he came out and said he had it, that's kind of, I guess that could be the misfortune and sickness, is just to say he has Asperger's. Just play like a minute there real quick, a couple minutes.
I'm just going to say that because that's how I would say it. Sinister god of monstrosities, who wears spirally twisted wind jewel and the ear ornaments of Quetzalcoatl. His job was to protect the sun from the dangers of the underworld.
Yeah, it says he's the double of Quetzalcoatl.
So you got the dog. This Aztec myth here of the dog god is analogous to Anubis, with the dog head and everything like that. This guy's like, yeah, the god of the dead, Anubis. The same type of archetype character or energies that you have. And then when I typed in Elon Musk Anubis just to see if there was anything like that. And right here on Reddit, Elon Musk as Anubis, Sean Parker, let me click and see what it says.
Bam, right there, the dude's with the dog head, and I said that's why he's the dog-headed monster. That's why he's associated with Doge. Shiba Inu is an anagram of Anubis. Shiba Inu from Doge. There's so much information on this stream. That's the, and then okay, and this is what I said in this stream. This is way before he becomes as major as he is now. He was like an upper mid Carter then. He's a main eventer now. But I said this was right before his 50th birthday, and then Grimes turned 33, and I said when you see him turn 50, you're gonna see major moves by Elon Musk because he's associated with Sirius. The dog is associated with Sirius the Dog Star, the dog head, Anubis, Cholotto, or whatever the hell it is, that Mesoamerican demon, and the Sirius, the Dogon tribe symbol for the star is that's right here, the X, and that's the Dogon tribe. That's that. Is it a Robert Temple book, or I don't remember who wrote the book even, but where they knew of Sirius A and B before, supposedly, yeah, Robert Temple, before even modern astronomers knew that there was 2 Sirius stars, because to your naked eye it just looks like 1 star, and even the Dogon tribe says it's even a 3-star system. Trump says Elon's basically not of this world. He's hinting at something, whatever that is. So I said when the reason I associated the 50 years old with Sirius is because the binary star system of Sirius has a 50-year orbit. And so that's why I said you'll really see Elon, because he's associated with the dog and the Dog Star and Anubis, come into play when he turns 50 years old. See, yeah, Smith is on it here. He says Sirius, the Bulls Jordan. That was the song that the Bulls came out to, was Sirius. Play some more of this here.
Every 50 years. That's why I feel like they're hyping this guy up as it leads into his 50th birthday to another note, so to speak, of him resonating with the Dog Star Sirius. And if you look at
and that's why he smoked the weed on Rogan, the cannabis.
Where am I here? The Dogon tribe. That tribe has a serious beef.
Talked about that already. Hold on. Go back to that. Cerebus, that's what that is about too.
Bis, like canna, like canine is the home of the 2-dog plant. Cannabis, like canna, like canine, and I would assume bis, like by, 2. Cannabis.
Cannabis, Greek words, its organs are African, that translates to 2-dog. 2-dog star was the home of the 2-dog plant, cannabis. And that's why he's on Rogan smoking the damn weed.
And now you know why when this dude's on Joe Rogan, that's why they got him hitting the weed. It was probably that fake Delta 8 probably. But they got to resonate this with them too, because
Fucker's on that ketamine now. It's a gateway drug. And that's why they call it the dog days of summer. Theoretical rising of Sirius. And of course, the Elon predicted by Werner von Braun, and where the title Elon wasn't necessarily the guy's name, it was more of a title, like a pope or something. So it's like, gets into this shit, like how long is this shit planned out in advance? And this guy's name is Elon. Like, the family has to be in on it, right? This one too, I won't go through the whole thing. This is actually one of my favorite streams, actually, to be honest. It gets into his dad. I don't know if you guys ever heard of his dad, but it's hard for me to kind of find this at the time. It might be more mainstream now. But the dad basically raised his stepdaughter from 4 years old until adult. And then when she was like 30, he had impregnated her and had a baby with her, Elon's dad. And the whole family hates the dad. And the family was like rich as fuck. And didn't get the emerald mine though until Elon was like a teenager. So they were well off though. And the dad actually killed 3. The dad was charged with killing 3 armed invaders of their house, and he beat the charge because it was self-defense. Guys broke into his home. But yeah, the dad had a baby with his stepdaughter. That's so fucked up, bro. He raised this kid from 4 years old. And then 70-something years old, Bro ain't shooting blanks. He puts a baby in her. Crazy, bro. That's Elon's mom too. She was a model. And then his brother's some weirdo with wears that little hat, so you remember who he is. If he didn't have the hat, you probably wouldn't remember him. But then when you see him with the hat, he's on like the board of directors of a bunch of different companies. So yeah, make sure you, if you have time, man, go through and watch that stream. I'm just trying to like show that I've been on this shit for a while. It's all coming to fruition now that Donald Trump's here with the storm. Public credit registry. Another old stream I did, I said Elon is the face on Mars. This is the stream that's called It's the Drews. It's the Drews. I think this is behind. I have like members only videos that I privated for members, and I don't have members anymore, so I don't think anyone can see this. I'm afraid to turn them all public because then it's going to flood your feed with like fucking 50 or 80 videos or something. If you don't remember the face on Mars, because last time I did that, dude, I thought this was like a super common thing that was known, but a lot of people weren't familiar with the face on Mars, I guess. The last time I did this, in case anyone doesn't know, I'm not going to play this whole thing again. It's just this thing that was reported in like tabloids right here. That's what it looks like. And then some people will go along and say it's like some type of a pyramid or something, but other people are speculating it's some kind of face. And then there's been more modern, updated, higher res images of it that don't look that much like a face anymore. But that's what I was wondering, if it's like supposed to be Elon. The Roman salute, God of War. Yeah, I think that's about it, bro. I got way more, but man, I gotta work in the morning. I want to get through some of those other ones and show some. Oh, okay. No, I do got to do this. So I was looking into the that debt ceiling, how they hit the debt ceiling, and there's that national debt clock, right? Now it's just like, who owns this? Who started this national debt clock? And it's this dude named Seymour Durst. This is a dude that's some real estate magnate from New York, like way back in the day. 306 light bulbs on the national debt clock. Seymour Durst. And this guy was on the cover of a magazine with Donald Trump like in the early 80s before he died. Well, this guy has a son. This guy's son, the company of the son, runs the One World Trade Tower. So the Twin Towers collapsed, rebuilt them with the One World Trade. And the son of this guy, Seymour Durst, the national debt guy, you know where they're from. You know where their origin is. Son's company runs the One World Trade Center. So I've never really even heard of this family. All I did was typed in the son and Donald Trump. I typed in the dad and Donald Trump, and it came up like the magazine. And then I typed in the son and Donald Trump, and it comes up insane. Hold on, let me close these up. Do I have it up here? Do I not have it up? I think it's actually, I was looking at it on my phone. Douglas Durst and Donald Trump. He came up with this story. I've never heard of this shit. So the dude's son has a brother, another son that's like a serial killer, basically. Like, what the fuck? And Trump talks mad shit about him on Twitter back in the day in 2013. Why is Douglas Durst allowed to use the World Trade Center? Douglas Durst is a disaster for the new World Trade Center. Takes workers forever to get visitors. People are unhappy with the endless security checks at the World Trade Center. Durst is a terrible manager. Tenants furious. So the son of the national debt clock company runs this. Look at, personally, I think Douglas Durst's brother got screwed by Douglas. No wonder he's angry. Douglas Durst's brother, infamous suspected serial killer Robert Durst, who emerged as a person of note with the 2015 HBO true crime series The Jinx. I've never heard of this. This might be a good one EBT for your next true crime, or one of your true crimes coming up, because I've never heard of this. The series recounted the many deaths Durst has been linked to, but never convicted of, including one in 2001 when Robert Durst was tried in Texas for the murder of his elderly neighbor. Prosecutors allege he killed him, chopped up the body, and tossed it into the Galveston Bay. He was acquitted of the murder charge, but pled guilty to chopping up the body. The brothers Durst are a study in contrast. Douglas, a rather low-key New York billionaire developer. Robert, a clever psychopath who successfully avoided facing the consequences of his actions until he literally admitted guilt on HBO. So yeah, he didn't admit to killing the person, but admitted to chopping up the body and dumping it in the river. And I just was like, had just found this before I started the stream. It's kind of why I was like discombobulated at the beginning, because I was reading this and I didn't want to just kind of start and dive into this. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? It's crazy. His name's Robert Durst. Hold on. Said he was like oh, this dude's crazy looking. Oh yeah, you know where this guy's from. You know where this guy's from. On Trump's top 8 here, we got BB. BB number 2, right next to his boy Elon. BB trying to make Gaza and turn it into the next Dubai here. You know this guy. He's from over there. He belongs over there. BT says he's going to do the Gabby Petito next. So this guy grew up with like the dad had said it was worth like $8 billion in the 80s, bro. So imagine what that is today. And then this guy grew up to be a psychopathic serial killer. I was going to see if there was just a little short video I could watch about this guy, because it said too, look at he's doing the glasses. It said he was suspected of murdering his wife in the early 80s or something. They couldn't pin it on him. And then like after he got convicted for the other one, or admitted to it, then they wanted to try him again and he died in prison, I guess. See if there's some kind of video I can watch. It's like a short video. Oh. Yeah, these like 30-minute shit. Oh, he said he was high on meth while filming that HBO thing, so they should throw out his confession. He confessed on HBO. This is a 2-minute video here. See this one.
The Jinx is a 6-part HBO documentary series. It details a case.
Has anyone seen this?
Robert Durst.
The director.
Yeah, he's not from Israel. I'm just saying he's a Jew. I was trying to not say he's a Jew. I was trying to get you to pick up the hint.
Promises tonight's final installment will answer questions people have been asking for decades.
As The Jinx aired, Bob and I spoke after every episode. He was very nervous, and I thought to myself, he's gonna run.
My captain told me whatever.
So the brother that runs the World Trade Center, he like snitched on him, I think, and went to the prosecutors. That's what Trump's tweet was saying too.
You do. Don't let Robert Durst get away.
Bob was going to flee the country, never to return. And of course, that didn't happen.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from Bob.
Bob? Steve, I was arrested this afternoon. Oh boy. Yep.
Trying to see a preview. Can I see him confess? You tell me this guy just is so dumb he just confessed right on a video, right on a documentary. Oh yeah, it says chilling moment. He says he killed them all. All, of course. Got it 78. Was convicted of first-degree murder for shooting someone at point-blank range in her head inside of her home. This is what happens, man, when kids grow up with way too much money. They didn't earn it. They didn't do anything. Dude's sociopath. Crazy. Shot his wife. She vanished in 1982 from New York, where she lived with him. Her body was never found. He wasn't charged with any crime. Years later, he was tried for the murder of Morris Black, but claimed self-defense and was acquitted. Durst living in hiding, and it even disguised himself as a woman when cops found Black's body parts floating in the waters of Galveston Bay, December 2001. Sorry, I've never even heard of this shit. The final moments, Durst whispered to himself, "What the hell did I do? Killed them all, of course." Durst could then be heard realizing his slip. There it is. You're caught. He branded participating in the jinx a very, very mistake. He was a narcissist. During the trial, he sensationally admitted he wrote the famous cadaver note he sent to the police. I've never heard of any of this. What is the cadaver note? It's crazy. Is that like a COVID mask he's wearing? What is the... He scribbled words Beverly Hills Police, 1527 Benedict Canyon, and cadaver. What is the cadaver note? I'll tell you. Look at this guy. He's crazy. Trump was talking shit to the brother, whatever. Looks like it's too much to get into here. I was hoping there would be just like a short video. I could get like the synopsis. Yeah, here we go. Truman says it's safe to retro auto hoax most true crimes, right? Like, why this guy doesn't have the wherewithal to know he's on an HBO series and just confess to everything, and then HBO just happens to be there and gets some kind of successful show out of it. Sounds weird to me. I'd like to know more, but I just don't have the time to get into it tonight. So, yo, I appreciate everyone that was here tonight. So let's see if they're doing it. We got to see if they are doing a restructuring of the corporation of the United States. Guess we'll find out in short time. Whatever's coming next. It's easy to post hoc it once it's all said and done, but I was trying to show those older ones to show that although I never like specifically came out and made these predictions, I've been kind of aware of where this is going for a long time, especially with the USPS, because it's going to be transformed into something completely different. So I think that's it, bro. And I'll stream again on Sunday night. It's Friday night right now. Yeah, I'm off on Monday. So fortunately, I got to work tomorrow. I'd keep going. I got a few other things I want to, but I got to shut it down. It's 12:30 my time. So, yo, I appreciate everyone that was here. I appreciate your time. Peace out.